Thanks for joining us on our Kids Cooking Shop Cupcake video of the month. This month is October, and guess what? That's our Halloween month. We've got some scary, but very merry monster Halloween cupcakes that I want to show you how to make. Now, I made up a few, and then I'm going to show you how to make them just the same way. So come in and get a little bit closer, and let's see how to do this. First of all, I'd like to show you the cupcakes that I made up. I happen to love monsters, and one of my very favorite monsters is from a brand new movie called Where the Wild Things Are. So this is a monster character cupcake from Where the Wild Things Are. Then the next cupcake is a monster I've always loved. This happens to be the one-horned, one-eyed, flying purple people eater monster. And last but not least, let me show you this creepy, crawly, bloodshot eyeball cupcake. These are so fun to make, and they're very easy too. So now that you see what I've done, I want to show you the tips and tricks so you can make your own monster cupcakes. Take a look at what I've got right here. I've begun to make the beginning of the monster cupcake from Where the Wild Things Are. And I want you to see how it begins, and this is how it ends. But guess what? There's many things in between. First, you need rolled fondant. You also need some paste or gel food colorings, and then I've got these super groovy paint pens. These are actually edible ink paint pens. They're just no more than the food coloring that you find in these fabulous little jars, but they're put into paint pens and they're wonderful. Now let me tell you a little bit about this fondant. Fondant is basically sugar and cornstarch, and it is absolutely the same consistency of Play-Doh. It is so much fun to work with, and I would highly recommend that you get the white vanilla fondant, because really they do have pre-colored fondant, but frankly it's got so much coloring in it I think it doesn't taste good, and this has a delicious flavor. So as you'll see, I have a nice little pile here of powdered sugar, and what you need to do, just as if you were making cookies, is to put a little bit of powdered sugar on this rolled fondant. Now obviously you can shape it into forms, any kinds of forms that you can think of, or you can roll it out flat with a cookie cutter. Now I want to show you how simple it is just to do these little eyes. First of all, I just took a tiny little piece of that fondant. You roll it in your hands, and remember you've got to have a little bit of powdered sugar on there, and then you simply place it right on top of the rolled fondant. Now I'm going to do another little eye, and as you can see from the ones that I did, I actually colored those yellow. But instead of using the yellow food dye, these were so small I thought it would be a lot easier just to use one of these food color paint pens. So just like with the regular paint pen, you kind of shake it to get all the liquid down in the bottom of it, get all that nice food coloring. And then I just took the pen and I kind of just drew and marked little places on the eyes. And I'm going to do it on this one, and you can flatten it out. And then what I think makes this super fun are these little, what I call Google eyes. I don't know what you call them, but I call them Google eyes. And you can get these at any craft or cake decorating store. And you just put the little Google eyes on there, because that really makes this guy look crazy, doesn't it? I love it. I think this one's really fun. And then you put those on there. And all I did next was to get the little black marker, and I drew a great big mouth on this guy, because he's got a great big mouth with all those gnashing, gnarling teeth. And then you can draw some hair on him. And the cool thing about all these little paint pens is that they come in tons of colors. And you can do any color with any kind of thing you want. And then let me show you real quickly about the teeth. All you do is take teeny, can you see that teeny tiny little piece? You just take teeny tiny little pieces. They certainly do not have to all be the same shape or size. Let me say that 3 times. The same shape or size, and you can just fill him up with as many teeth as you want. So here's our little guy partially done, and here's our marvelous monster completely done. Now I want to show you one more thing about this rolled fondant. You can color it with any sort of food coloring, but these paste and gel really work the best. And what I like to do with it is to take just a drop or two, and I flatten it out first, and I try to put the drop pretty much in the center of this. And let me tell you, you're going to get a little messy with this, but this stuff washes right off. And then after I do it, I fold it over and press it down. and I fold it over again and press it down. And what I try to keep from doing is to have too much oozing out, and I see a little bit of it is. But if you do it slowly, you can help incorporate that color into it without getting your fingers so messy. Now we've got that looks like a nice bloody color. That would make a good little monster, wouldn't it? And then you roll it around in your hands. I give a little bit more powdered sugar to it. And this is going to make quite a big circle because this flattens out just like cookie dough. And then I'm going to take my rolling pin. First I'm going to flatten it out a little bit with my hands, dust it off. Oh, I like the way that looks marbled. Take a look at that. Wouldn't that be fun? That's more like a pumpkin color now that I look at it. And I'm going to roll it out and show you how easy it is. Remember, go with very light hands when you're rolling it out. You don't want this to stick. And then I've got my circle cookie cutter here, which is perfect for the top of a regular size cupcake. This is about a 2.5 inch circle cookie cutter. And watch this. All you have to do is take your cupcake and lay that on top, and you've got the base for a beautiful cupcake. So I hope you had fun watching this and you can see how easy it is to do. We've got plenty of monster cupcake recipes and tons of other recipes on our Kids Cooking Shop website. So check these out and more. And thanks once more for joining us. And next time, we'll see you for the November cooking. Take care until then, and remember, keep cooking up some fun. Bye.